Afternoon folks, out on a river local to my house today. Slightly different methods than what I usually use this time of year. I've come with a little drop shot rod, lure rod. I'll be fishing some lures, possibly some creature baits, crankbaits, maybe the odd spinner, spoon, that kind of thing. Be targeting sort of perch, possibly chub, because there's quite a few chub in here. You never know what you're going to get with lure fishing really, to be fair. So yeah, water's a little bit coloured, a little bit more coloured than I'd like it to be. It is warm today, 10 degrees, warm for the last couple of days, so looks like spring's finally here. So yeah, we're going to give it a go and see what we get. This lure dives to about 1 metre, so some places will have to raise the rod up. Some places will have to raise the rod up, and other times I'll be able to take my time and let it go right down to the depth. So nice on action, was flashing in the water, it's dive. That's just touching on the bottom there, so if I just keep the rod up for a couple of seconds, should lift up the lure high enough. And as soon as I think I'm coming over the deep patch again, drop it down, let it get down to its depth. I think that first one must have been a fish, because I haven't touched the same bit again. I've worked the same ground several times. You can never say never, it could have been, but trouble is with these little lure rods and this braid, they're so sensitive. Which is a good thing when you're trying to feel tiny little bites. But literally you can feel every bump and every bit of sand and weed and everything. Fishing nice though. It's actually a floating lure that sinks as you retrieve it. Sometimes it doesn't harm, especially if you've had a knot, to get it back in that area again and stop reeling, let it float to the surface, or at least let it rise up. Sometimes they'll take on the rise. The same as this bit now, I'll stop it around there. It's got to a good depth. Sometimes you can wait till you see it on the surface and then start moving again. If there's a good current as well, you can fish them really, really slowly. Just let it base hover and move in the current. There's some places on this little stream here that this diving and meter will be it'll be too deep. I'll put on slightly different lures. I've even got a couple of surface lures, like little poppers. Certainly Chub will take them. Doesn't tell I'm having the upstream chuck as well. Just got to give it a bit of a yank to start with to get it going, started sinking. And then obviously you've got to reel a little bit faster because the current's bringing it down. Always like this little spot here. Might be. Yep. We'll have to make sure this doesn't drag on the bottom by raising my rod up. Trying to get the lure to fish a foot under the surface, which when you can't see it's difficult, to be fair. The higher I keep the angle of line on my rod, the higher it comes to the surface. It's trying to dive down and I'm trying to raise it up. That's why sometimes these little baits like that, these divers, you can fish really nice. Because if I'd got a spinner on or a spoon in here, I'd have to, a lot of the time, you've got to move it quite quick. Whereas these, you can just hold them in the current. Sometimes I like fishing floating lures because you can have a cast, leave the bail arm off, let it go the distance that you want under a tree or whatever, and just gently reel it in. Whereas you haven't got anything that sinks, you haven't got an option like that, obviously. And you can fish right underneath some trees. You've got to be careful, obviously. And it's river fishing, so there's loads of chances of losing tackle. And if you're careful, like I say, cast out, leave your bail arm off, let it float where you want it to, and then just slowly reel in. Right underneath trees or roots or anything. Whereas with the sinking lure, where you cast is where you've got to start reeling from normally. Unless you can afford to leave it because it's really deep. But in these little streams you can't afford that, because it just drags on the bottom and the chance of uking up is quite high. So if I'm not happy with my cast there, you obviously can see it on the surface, bright blue. Just leave it, get it where you want it to, and then start your retrieve. Fishes really nicely, this one does. Can't even remember what make it is. Doesn't matter, there's millions of them out there. Don't be afraid to fish it right up to the bank on your side as well. A lot of the time these chub, or any fish really, perch as well, will be sitting right underneath the banks. Leave it to drop down. There we go. Get under the surface and it's working straight away. Just feel it bumping on the bottom a couple of times. Just raise your rod slightly, lift it up, and put it back down where you think might be deeper. Work like a clock face, that's what I tend to do. Current's doing all the work for me there, really. Start off casting straight across or just slightly downstream. If I'm facing this way, straight across there, next cast, next cast, next cast, all the way around. So you try and cover every bit of water. Sometimes fish will move a long way to pick something up. Sometimes they won't. It's a little bit deeper here. Whether it is or not is anybody's guess, but it looks it. We'll give it a go. Oh, we're in. There's a good solid take that. Wow. It's a big old chub. cracking chub for this little river. That is a superb chub for this little river. Look at that, absolute stunner. Proper stunning winter chub. Probably about £2.5 I'd have said, maybe a bit more, maybe £3. Lovely, smashed that lure as well. Absolutely smashed it. There you go, had a bit of a rest in the net. Yeah, he's ready to go. There he goes. Good dig. Yeah. I think we're in. Now whatever it is, it left it right till the last second to take. And then decided it was off. It's another chub. It's another nice chub. Not quite as big as the last one, I don't think. I don't know, it's a lovely thick fish again. Oh, tell you what, that's another lovely chub. There we go. Another cracking fish. Absolute beaut. Absolute beaut. Then again, it's probably the best part of £3 that out of this little stream. It's deep and it's fat. Best part of £3 I bet. Lovely stuff. It's always a good little bit here. Just goes down, sort of swells around under a couple of willow trees. Slightly deep, slower run. Usually holds chub. Ah. There you go. Definitely felt that one. I knew it wouldn't let me down this bit. Just slip the hook. Never mind. To be fair, there might be others down there. Buggy. Bit of a weird one here. I'm casting into the slack the other side, then letting my line catch in the stream, and it's just fishing down first and then round and then up. Obviously it's not surprising it's put that last one off. Because I definitely felt the actual fish on there. They won't come back and take again. Not once they've been felt like that. Well, I say never, but it must happen occasionally, but very, very, very rarely. Once you felt, well, he actually took line off, so. He definitely felt the hooks. Stop letting it go. And fish that back eddy over there in this stretch. Start fishing it slightly lower down now, letting it drift down in the current. Shallow up a little bit. Obviously my bait is on its deepest point probably as it comes across this side, so it's had time to go down. We'll just keep touching the bottom somewhere down here. Missed it. Glad I saw that as well, saw it take. Wasn't very big, probably about a pound. Don't think I'd have got it on camera, it's right down here. Obviously a couple in here. Right, okay folks, I'm going to wrap this video up. I've really enjoyed that, a good little session, only a couple of hours, 3 hours maybe. Same lure, haven't changed at all, stuck with the same one. Had 2 nice fish for this river anyway. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share. Check out my other videos. Any comments, questions, add them on and I'll get back to you if I can. I'll catch you in a bit. Tight lines.